So one of the most important things the event horse has to do is to be able to turn and come out of a line straight. And that's really important for all three disciplines, for dressage, show jumping, and of course cross country. It takes a little while for the horse to develop its strengths to be able to do this. And I like to use different exercises to help the horse and rider develop this through their training. Here today we're using my square exercise, which I like to use because it gives the horse something to work towards and look at, and it gives the rider a point to turn to. And if you watch carefully, you'll see 3 strides around the turn and the rider having to come out of the turn in a straight line before the next 3 strides. The more you do this, the more the horse gets used to it and starts to get a little bit stronger and starts to get a little bit more confident about it. To start with, it is a little bit tricky. So here you see again 3 strides around the turn and then the rider riding straight, and now you'll see her look to the new direction. This is really important. The eye keeps the body on the line, and that is the most important thing, the rider's body staying on the line. The rider must create a bit of an outside wall with her body as well. That's an outside leg, an outside shoulder, an outside rein aid, and this is like a boundary to prevent the horse actually slipping out. And this needs to be as strong or as light as the horse is in its own balance. It's massively important that the horse stays soft at the inside, so the rider needs an active inside leg but a softness in her body to the inside. To help improve the horse's balance and engagement of the hind leg, you can also use some 10-metre circles. I like to be quite specific with the rider here and encourage them to do 3 strides per quarter, so you end up with 12 strides around the circle. And this helps just improve the horse's hind leg, as you can see there, just step through a little bit more, and therefore the forehand starts to lift up a little bit more and become easier to make the turn. So this is how we show this same exercise to then turn to a fence. So I've laid the poles out exactly the same for the rider, like we had on the square, a straight line, a turn of 3 strides and a straight line. And depending on what level you're riding or competing at, it will depend on how many strides the designer will give you to a fence. i.e. at novice levels it's often 5 or more, and as we move more up through the levels, the horse and rider has got to learn to sight the fence on 3 strides coming out of a turn, which is what we've got here. You'll see the horse is coming straight, and actually they need 2 strides to this oxer, and it makes a good square jump. And again, you can practice this. We take the poles away and expect the rider again to ride on that line, finishing the turn off in the air, on the landing, and more importantly, riding away in a straight line. So just as you work through this exercise, there are some very important areas to think about. It is important to keep your body on the line.